Alright, hi guys, Inside Gamer here bringing you another StarCraft commentary between mTwDimaga and HuK. So this will be two of the best players at the moment, top caliber, Zerg versus Protoss. Quite an interesting matchup as far as early game goes. There's usually a lot of early game aggression, both with speedlings and zealots. So I'm interested in what this matchup will hold. Dimaga is, according to a lot of players and according to stats and tournament performance, arguably the one of the at least top three Zerg players in StarCraft 2 at the moment. He's a really good player, and so is HuK. HuK has won several tournaments and he's doing great over at ESL Nordic, and I've been playing in a lot of tournaments with him, and he constantly is winning a lot of big tournaments with hundreds of players. So definitely a match to look forward to. Again, I am experiencing some lag, but that will be solved once I get my new PC. So I'll try to not move around too much on the map. We're obviously seeing a pylon here, opting to wall off. This is a huge ramp, so versus Zerg, this can be very lethal if you can't wall off this huge ramp. So Dimaga may be looking for an early spawning pool, but we are seeing no 12 pool. We are seeing having some lag. We are seeing a 13 pool. Quite normal timing. Dimaga isn't. He's quite a good macro player. He likes to go Mutalisks a lot. I've seen him done a lot of Mutalisks, but he's going to scout with his overlord, and we are seeing a gateway and gas going down simultaneously. Getting that second pylon and just chrono boosting his probes, really going for this macro heavy game. He might be saving up some chrono boost for that for Zealot, because versus Zerg you want to get those Zealots so you can fill any holes that your buildings can't cover, which has turned out to be a huge blunder. If you can just let 2-3 Zerglings by, they can do huge economic damage. So we are seeing a Cybernetics core trying to wall it off, and if I'm not mistaken, HuK will put a Zealot in between these two buildings in order to wall it off, and that is what he is going to opt to do. We are seeing Overlords here, nice scouting, going to see if there's a melee aggression. Want to keep a close eye on these rocks in case one of the players wants to go aggressive out. But we are seeing Zerglings scouting for a proxy. As far as I know, there are no proxies in Dimaga's base, but better safe than sorry. We are seeing the first queen going down, quite normal timing. A lot of players actually lately have been opting to go no queen versus, especially Terran ball versus a Protoss. You want that queen, you want that creep spread. It's if Protoss can get that early Void Ray out, you want to get fast queen so they can cover all your expansions. So we are seeing a Stalker going to try and kill off the solo. Will not happen, I think, unless he has some crazy blink, which he hasn't got at the moment. Dimaga controlling this Xel'Naga watchtower, which is quite crucial in a lot of setups, because I mean you cannot pass this area without being spotted. I think you can go around here, but you will ultimately have to either blink or drop down. So it is really crucial to have that one. We are seeing I think it was a maybe 24, 23, maybe 22 hatchery. Quite a normal timing. Quite a late expansion, but still not late. Just late for Zerg in general. Some Zerg actually opt to go for like a 16 or 17 expansion. They just save up without getting any sort of Zerglings. But Dimaga he's not afraid of any early aggression, which doesn't seem to be coming. But we are seeing two additional gateways. So we are going to see a triple gateway forward Cybernetics core, warp gates push, I believe. So we are seeing a double gas. So definitely either going to get out Immortal or something. He hasn't got the Robo Bay, but I think the Robo Bay will be coming out quite shortly. So we are seeing one weapon upgrade for HuK and three additional gateways. That makes it four gateway. But Dimaga already has his Zerglings to just run up the ramp, see what's going on, and then push back. But he might catch some Zerglings with his sentry. Doubt it if Dimaga doesn't do a mistake. So we are seeing Zealots coming out for wow, quite a sentry heavy army, which are quite good because you can trap Zerglings and make it a lot harder to surround your troops if you have sentries. But yeah, still waiting for that Robo Bay, just additional gateways. Chrono boosting that one attack, so we might see timing push here from Dimaga. There is a window before the either Roaches, Mutus, or Hydralisk comes up. We are seeing a lot of spawn crawlers though, so I think Dimaga will be prepared unless HuK gets down these rocks without Dimaga noticing. But he has actually creep up till these rocks, so I think Dimaga will be just fine. I would get a spawn crawl or something here, but unless HuK's blink, he cannot blink. He cannot get past these spawn crawls without either taking them out or taking immense amount of damage. Additional gates, we're just spamming gateways and still chrono boosting on one attack. So I think we're going to see a sentry Zealot push through the middle exactly, because through the middle you still can't bypass these spy crawls, but I think Dimaga just uses his map packs or his good game sense to just prepare for this push, and I think he will prepare if he gets a couple Zerglings. Yeah, and it's transitioning into to Hydralisk actually. So Hydras will be able to deal with the Zealots unless they have charge, which they do not have. So I think Dimaga will be just fine for this push. But we are seeing all Zealots coming in, all the Sponkles doing so much poke damage, and we are seeing the Hydralisk getting blocked off by the force fields, Knight's force fields. Additional force field trapping those Hydralisk in between the force fields, and I have to go off follow here. I'm still on follow, so I think HuK ultimately got pushed back, but still Dimaga doing a great job. But HuK also doing a great job. But I just think no matter what HuK had done, and no matter how good his micro was, he just couldn't breach those four spine crawls actually. And I mean, in my opinion, spine crawls are way too good. They have an incredible range, and force fields cannot stop spine crawls. But we are seeing HuK trying once more, but he will be pushed away by these spine crawlers, which are really good. And we are seeing an overseer maybe just doing some scouting. Still no Robo Bay. I would like to see maybe early Colossi to deal with those spine crawls, because keep in mind, I think Colossi with the range upgrade do outrange spine crawlers. Or at least I think so. So we are just waiting for the transition from HuK. Dimaga already transitioned into Hydras, but we are seeing HuK is trying to go through here, but yeah, and the spine crawls cannot reach those Zealots and sentries. I think Hydras got a quite good counter to Zealots, unless he gets charge, which can be lethal. But we are seeing a very late expansion here for HuK, so I think that's what's been putting his he's taking on hold, because you can't really tech into too far into the ties without an expansion. So he is getting his first expansion, securing that natural, and yeah, Dimaga is just preparing for another attack. And if we go to the production tab, we are seeing a Roach Warren coming out for Dimaga, as well as what's that upgrade for? I'm gonna check that upgrade. I do not play Cirque, so I no idea what that upgrade is. But it should be good. We are seeing a Roach Warren and Roach Warren for Dimaga. For HuK, there's only Nexus, so HuK really just chilling. Wow, that's a lot. I think that's actually more sentries than Zealots. Quite funny. Oh, it's It's actually equal amounts of sentries, not 2 more sentries. So there are more sentries than zealots. A quite weird army composition. We are seeing global reconstruction here for Dimaga. So Dimaga really just setting up for that late mid game push. Really staying on top of the macro. And we are also seeing Burrow from Dimaga, and it's been a while since I've seen Roach Hydra, because I mean, bear in mind, Roach Hydra was actually the standard Zerg play for the entire beta, and you were so used to seeing Roach Hydra. It was just so powerful, and it still is. It's just that a lot of players opt to go Muta, Zergling, Baneling, Ultralisks, stuff like that. But we're also seeing the good old Roach Hydra, which is quite powerful. Roach's can surround troops so nice and deals with a lot of melee units, while Hydra's just can own from a distance. So we are seeing HuK Dimaga trying to lurk HuK into a dark alley full of spine crawlers. Dimaga really not floating that much, but I think Dimaga could grab another expansion. I think HuK would not in a million years try to look here for an expansion or anywhere else. So yeah, HuK not bringing the Stalkers into the fight. We're also seeing tunneling claws for Dimaga. So again, Dimaga's just improving his troops, getting all the upgrades he can, and just preparing for that late game push. But again, HuK can just force field this entire path like ×3, so he can really delay that push. But he needs some range units to deal damage through the force fields. And there we go, High Templars. It will be devastating if HuK could force field behind Dimaga's troops, then force field in front of them, and then trap them into a small area, and then just size storm the crap out of Dimaga's troops. And that would be a sight well worth casting for. So I'm really looking forward to that, if that is going to occur. Still no robotic space, so really go for the High Templar. Corona boosting that Psystorm. Sorry if I'm a bit tired. I always cast my games in the morning, so we are seeing HuK pushing out. He hasn't got his Stalkers though, and no High Templars. This is a weird tactic here from HuK. Pushing without his forces. he's just without the Stalkers or nor the High Templars. So really don't know what that was all about. But the big battle is occurring, and all the cells getting in nice run, and all the Psystorms going down. And look at all these roaches in red and yellow, and he burrows that. Oh no, there's no attack note for HuK, and that, oh man, that was so not good for HuK, and Dimaga just getting so easily away with that burrow. But all the Psystorms going down, but there are no Zealots to finish them off, and they can just burrow. There are no detections, so Archons being morphed in. A last resort here for HuK, and there goes the GG's. HuK, no chance anytime in this game, and in my opinion, getting just outplayed here by Dimaga. Dimaga really showing the power of the good old Roach Hydra. So yeah, that was about it for me. And yeah, interesting games, and there's more coming up in the future. So definitely stay tuned for that and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.